Today marks 1198 days sharing lessons I learned and continue to learn with all of you. My hope the teachings that will inspire you, support your dreams, help you achieve your goals, and will empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today, speak about fresh start. When you feel that there is something that you need to fresh start on, there's a lot of different things. I think that when we understand there is so many areas of our life, and some days we feel that maybe I do not live up to my potential. Maybe I do not live the way I would love to. Maybe I do not live based on my decision. But sometimes you need to have that fresh start. So they will share 7 steps, 7 things that you need to consider when you're starting fresh. There's a lot of things that I said could be fresh. And today we'll discuss a little bit more. What do we need to know about starting fresh? So number one, release the past. This is number one thing. Release the past. So that means that it might be that you invested so much time in building a business that you need to release, maybe in a relationship, nurturing relationship that you need to release. Because a business could be toxic, the relationship could be toxic. And that means sometimes you need to release it. It's just very hard sometimes. You invested so much time, so much effort, you build it, and now you realize that you need to let it go. Release it. I think that's very, very important. Sometimes we need to release all the wounds, all the regrets. Release that you're not able to move. And the most important part, sometimes you need to really release and helpful beliefs. Because one of a helpful belief, it could be that, oh, if I quit, I'm a loser. If I quit, and I'm a failure. I think the smartest people, the most successful people, they know when to quit. And they're able to quit it because they know that if this path is not the best path for me to take, it means I need to really take the action with the best path. So quitting is a very, very smart idea. Because after, if you wasted 10 years, maybe if you keep doing what you're doing now, you'll waste 20 years. So being able to catch that as soon as possible, able to, and really jump off that train wherever you are as soon as possible. And we need to release that past. Number two is redefine who. Very powerful. So it means that it might be we saw ourselves in one way, and now we need to redefine who we are. It's very, very important because we need to ask, what do I stand for? And we need to redefine what that fresh start means in what area of your life. It means maybe fitness, maybe health, maybe you used to call yourself as a fat person. Then it means you redefine your identity. You're not a fat person anymore. You are a good person, or a healthy person, or you are an athlete. Of course, maybe your mirror doesn't show you that, but when you're actually taking actions that the athlete does, you will become that. So being able to redefine who you are, your identity is very, very, very important. Because a lot of times people ask, okay, what do I need to change? What kind of behaviors I need to change? And sometimes behaviors is very, very hard to change because you don't see yourself in accordance with those behaviors. And when you start to see yourself that this is who I am, it's much, much easier to actually keep consistent and building on those habits. It's much, much better action than really changing your behaviors before. Number three, build new environment. That means you need new energy. So we ask you, what kind of things is building my energy level? Speaking to people, spending time with myself. What are those things? What energizes you? What builds the energy in your life? And build an environment that supports that. Because I think that so many people do not achieve success because all the things that is in their environment is actually hurting their energy. So clutter at home, toxic relationships, toxic environment, and because of that, they just do not have energy to get out of their situation. So sometimes first step could be declutter life. Throw all the things that is not helping you. Get rid of all the things that is not helping you and really start acting better because you have more energy. Number four is inner transformation. So they really master your mindset. Probably you've heard 1,000 times that should be become who we think, what we think about. We become what we think about. And of course, we surround ourselves, but like we become what we think about. So much is essential. So we need to have it. What do we do to really transform that inner world? Because there are so many things we can do. We can do meditation, we can do prayer, we're able to do so many things. What is it most helpful for you? Because I think that if you've never done it before, you need to try everything. And ask, what is most helpful for me specifically? Because people sometimes are very, very motivated, but they don't take action because they don't know what to do. So what it needs, it means you need to draw, you need to reflect, you need to really find a way, what's the actions that actually helping you take perspective from it. Or maybe you know what to do, but you just don't have motivation and inspiration to it. That means that you need to really spend some time visualizing, understanding okay, where I'm really actually going and getting motivation necessary to take action. So everyone is different. You need to have that inner transformation in perspective, in perspective to what you need. Number 5, take incremental or radical action. Take incremental or radical action. So that means if you want to change health, you will not be able to radically change that, but you're able to make radical decision to change it. And it means that every single day we'll need to do incremental. Every single day, half an hour on your exercise, on your really making sure that you exercise. And when you look at really scientists who really did that exercising, you don't need to exercise as much when people think. Essentially, there was a scientist did they checked 100 people. They didn't exercise at all, and after they started exercising 1 hour a day for 6 days per week, and they lost only like 9 pounds a year. So that means exercise is not that big a deal when a lot of exercise. But you need to understand that you need to take action regarding everything in life. So that means that sometimes we put press pedal, but it's still holding the brake at the same time. So that means we need to release the brakes. And sometimes even fixing all the areas that could really get to the next level. So like incremental improvements. It means we need to improve the nutrition. You need to go exercise. You need to improve our emotional stability. You need to improve sleep. So all those incremental improvements will radical changes in your life. Sometimes we need to make radical changes. And what is radical changes you're able to do immediately? That means that if you have a toxic relationship, that means being able to leave relationship altogether. This is a radical change. You need to really be comfortable to make that radical change because that's the only thing that's holding you back from really living that beautiful life that you deserve. You earned it to have a peaceful life. You earned it. And sometimes to make that radical choice is not easy, but it's necessary to pursue that real vision that you have for yourself. Number 6 is develop unshakable consistency. But we need to really expect setbacks. If you've never been consistent, there will be some days that you will be not. There will be some cheat days. I think when you really expect that, and you know that when I will make mistake, I will not judge myself. I will not be killed. I will not feel guilt. I will not feel ashamed. I will go back to work next day. So when you set that expectation to yourself that when you make mistake, you next day will go back without shame, without guilt, it gives you release because you didn't pursue perfection. You pursued the best that you can. It's a very, very beautiful thing that we need to develop. And maybe you said it 1 month and you may one mistake maybe 10 times a month. Maybe if I'm 30, 10 times, and that's basically 66%. That's only fine. Maybe that's just only teaching you. Maybe next time you did 70% of the time. Next month you did 72%. Next time is 75, then 80%. And at some point, the whole month, 100%, you were doing the right thing. Because inconsistency is a muscle. If you never are consistent, don't expect to be consistent right away. Maybe you will be lucky. Maybe you'll be able to do that. But give yourself grace. Give yourself compassion. Because if you never did anything consistently, it will require time. The last one, number 7, that I want to mention is reinvent and reintroduce yourself. Really reinvent and decide who you want to be now. What kind of person you want to be now. Look at your mirror and say, this is who I am now. This is what I stand for. This is what I want to be known for. This is my brand. and introduce yourself. Because I think I need to be comfortable with the idea of being someone. Because sometimes we say that, "Oh, I want to be this way," but when you act that way, it feels very uncomfortable, unfamiliar. And then you say, "Oh, I will go back to where I used to be, how I used to be." No, that's why you need to really reintroduce yourself, get comfortable with the idea of being you, you being someone better. I think so powerful is to reinvent and reintroduce yourself, and that you can feel comfortable and familiar with the new you. So I hope that you reflect as well, like what areas of your life you might need to change. Which part of your life that you need a fresh start? Because I think that every single person, at least a couple times in their lifetime, will need to have that. I needed to do a couple times as well in my life, and I think that was worth it. It really helped me to develop myself in a lot of different ways, and I now appreciate people who really does that because it's not easy. It's not easy. Sometimes it's simple, but it's not easy. It's simple steps to do that, but it's not easy. So I hope that you reflect as well. And if it is something that you really need to make that fresh start, I hope that you really make that radical decision and will start working towards that. So I hope you just win and see you tomorrow.